Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. The studio lights blazed brightly as the countdown began at 5, and producers whispered last-second cues to each other. The band softly hummed a familiar tune, creating a calm, inviting atmosphere for the viewers at home, who settled into their couches with coffee in hand. What was meant to be just another cheerful morning on live television had a unique energy. A feeling of anticipation that no one could quite name. Mark Consuelos stepped onto the stage with his usual confident stride, smiling warmly as the applause rolled in. He waved, cracked a light-hearted joke, and took his seat beside the co-hosts, radiating professionalism. As the monitors glowed and cameras rolled, everything seemed perfectly orchestrated. Yet, there was an almost imperceptible tension in the air, something only noticeable to those watching closely, a small hint that this broadcast might be different. The energy of live television. The first few minutes of the show felt seamless. Mark laughed along with a fun segment and leaned in to make his points with natural charm. The conversation flowed easily, filled with the casual humor and familiarity that viewers had come to expect. But somewhere between the laughter and studio banter, subtle changes began to appear. It wasn't dramatic, nothing obvious to the audience. But it was there. His gestures lingered a beat longer than usual, and there was a tiny hesitation in his words, like a momentary pause in a familiar rhythm. The co-hosts kept smiling, unaware of the small shift, but behind the cameras, a producer noticed. In live television, every movement is scrutinized, every smile and pause measured. The difference was subtle, human, a gentle reminder that even the most polished moments on TV are created by real people with real emotions. A moment of pause. When the co-host casually asked if Mark was okay, he nodded instinctively, the way people often do when they don't want to cause a scene. But the studio seemed to tilt ever so slightly. For a brief second, the usual bright glow of the lights felt overwhelming and the room's energy shifted. His laughter sounded different, a little more fragile, but he kept up the rhythm, maintaining the professionalism expected of him. The audience at home might not have noticed, but in the studio, the atmosphere had changed. The cameras continued to roll, capturing a moment that was quieter, more real than usual. And in that brief pause, there was a connection, a reminder that what viewers see on television is carefully curated. Yet behind every smile and witty remark is a person navigating the demands of the moment, human in every sense, subtle shifts, and awareness. Even in controlled environments like television studios, subtle changes are noticeable. The energy in the room shifted in imperceptible ways, affecting how people moved, spoke, and responded. Mark's posture changed slightly, his hand resting differently on the desk, as if adjusting unconsciously to the moment. The co-hosts kept the show moving, smiling and speaking warmly, maintaining the illusion of normalcy for the viewers. Meanwhile, the production crew monitored everything carefully, noticing small discrepancies in timing, tone, and energy. This awareness is a hallmark of live television, a constant vigilance that ensures the broadcast continues smoothly, while still allowing for the humanity of those on screen. It's a delicate balance, reminding everyone involved that real people are creating every seamless, polished moment. Human connection behind the cameras. The studio behind the scenes often tells a different story than what appears on screen. Producers, camera operators, and crew members communicate through headsets, sharing subtle observations and guidance in real time. It's a world of precision, but also of care. When someone in the spotlight shows vulnerability, even slightly, the team responds instinctively. They offer support without disrupting the flow of the broadcast, maintaining professionalism while quietly acknowledging the human element. Mark's team, noticing the small shift in his behavior, immediately adjusted their approach, ensuring he felt supported. These moments rarely reach the audience consciously, yet they are critical to the smooth functioning of live television. They reveal how care and empathy operate quietly in high-pressure environments, creating space for human authenticity even in highly structured settings. The reality of live television. Live television is built on control, timing, lighting, and cues. Yet reality doesn't follow a script. It is in these unscripted moments that the humanity of those on screen becomes visible. Mark's situation, though subtle, reminded everyone of this truth. Millions of viewers saw a glimpse of the person behind the polished performance. It wasn't alarming, it was grounding. It showed that strength is not always about being flawless, but often about continuing with grace, even when adjustments are needed. The professional composure of the co-hosts, the alert care of the crew, and Mark's own steady perseverance demonstrated that live television, while meticulously produced, is ultimately a platform for real human connection and emotion, support and compassion. After the small shift in energy, the studio responded seamlessly. Co-hosts continued with genuine warmth, acknowledging the moment without creating unnecessary tension. Crew members quietly offered support, ensuring that Mark had the space to breathe and adjust. These gestures, though unseen by the audience, are essential in maintaining a positive, caring environment. It's a reminder that behind every camera and script, there is a team committed to the well-being of their colleagues. Such support allows live shows to continue smoothly while honoring the humanity of everyone involved. For viewers, the moment may have seemed fleeting, but it left an impression. A subtle reminder that compassion is always present, even in high-pressure situations where appearances dominate. Reflection on vulnerability. The experience of being seen, fully and humanly, is a powerful one. Mark's moment of vulnerability was brief but meaningful. It reminded viewers that everyone, regardless of their public persona, experiences moments of uncertainty, fatigue, or reflection. A smile on screen is not always a reflection of perfection. It can coexist with quiet strength and resilience. This truth resonates beyond television. It's a reflection of life itself, where fleeting moments of hesitation or vulnerability can carry profound significance, fostering empathy and understanding. Witnessing this reminded both the studio team and the audience that the human experience, with all its nuances, is worth honoring and protecting. Collective empathy. In the aftermath of the broadcast, social media quietly filled with messages of support, encouragement, and understanding. Viewers shared appreciation, not only for Mark, but also for the way the show handled the moment with grace and care. It became a collective experience of empathy, a shared acknowledgement that the people we watch on screens are navigating real life with all its complexity. These small instances have the power to foster connection and understanding among strangers, creating a subtle but meaningful bond between audience and performer. The incident reminded everyone that empathy is contagious, and that even brief glimpses of authenticity can inspire reflection and compassion in ways scripted moments cannot. Moving forward with awareness. The next day, the studio lights came on again. Chairs were arranged, cameras rolled, and the familiar energy of the show returned. Yet, something had shifted, not just in the physical space, but in the awareness of everyone present. The small pause had left a lasting impact, creating a quiet reminder that authenticity and care matter as much as timing and precision. The studio team carried forward a renewed sense of attentiveness, and Mark approached the day with calm assurance. The audience, too, had been subtly reminded that behind every polished performance is a person living, feeling, and navigating life alongside millions of others who watch, relate, and care. The power of human moments. Sometimes the most memorable moments are unplanned. They reveal what is real and lasting beneath the surface of performance. Mark's experience on live television was a small but profound reminder that behind every smile, joke, or flawless delivery is a human heart, capable of tenderness and deserving of care. Audiences often forget the complexity of those who entertain, inform, and inspire on screen. These moments bring the focus back to what truly matters: connection, empathy, and the acknowledgement that every person has a story, a rhythm, and a heartbeat worth respecting. It is in these glimpses that we see the beauty of humanity, quietly shining through the spotlight. Conclusion: embracing humanity. By evening, updates confirmed that everything was fine. Mark rested and felt supported, surrounded by a team and a world that cared. The moment's intensity softened into reflection, empathy, and gratitude for the simple truth: human vulnerability is not weakness, but a bridge that connects people. Live television may continue with its scripts, cues, and rehearsals, but the most enduring impressions are often unscripted. Moments like these remind us that the people we admire are real, with feelings, challenges, and resilience that inspire us. In the end, what stays with the audience is not just the show, but the humanity glimpsed in between the lights, cameras, and applause.